much he did for this country. Everybody goes, well, he was only president for 30 days. Well, okay, so he was. As Anna said, he died of typhoid. Everybody said he died of pneumonia. No. Harrison was the only president who went to medical school. He actually went to the University of Pennsylvania. But his family was poor, so they couldn't afford to keep him in medical school, and that's why he joined the military. But he kept that interest in medicine his entire life. One of his sons actually went to medical school and became a doctor. When he did give his speech for 2 hours in the rain, he was a soldier, he was used to it, but he did catch a cold. He told the doctors what to do. They didn't listen to him. They bled him, which was a practice back in those days, but Washington was built on a swamp. Get that? You know when we say drain the swamp? It was built on a swamp. So they used swamp water to clean his wounds. They gave him swamp water to drink. He got typhoid. He got sepsis. And that's exactly what killed him. So, but before he became president, as you can see by the list of things he did, he was a wonderful leader of the troops. He was very well respected. Actually, he was very well respected by his enemies. Yes, they were his enemies, but they respected him. Secretary of the Northwest Territory, we are in the Northwest Territory. Indiana governor, member of Congress, he actually went to Colombia, down in South America for 2 years. He did so much for this country, and he is really very understated for what all of the things that he did. We are standing actually, on his property, but before it was his property, it was called the Bloody Slaughterhouse. The pioneers that came out here were actually just slaughtered by the Native Americans that tried to settle here, and that is what brought William Henry Harrison and the other troops out here to try and curb the battles that were going on out here. So his father-in-law, John Cleve Sims, who is buried across the street where we're going to go up to, bought the land here. It was called the Miami Purchase. It was purchased, he purchased land between the Great and the Little Miami River, all the way up to Dayton, 300,000 acres. He bought it on this side of the Ohio River because Kentucky was a slave state. They were against slavery. The tomb itself holds 21 crypts. There's only 11 that are used. The Harrisons can still be buried there if they choose to. The last one was in the, I think the 1910s. Don't quote me on that. The Harrisons are actually the longest running political family in the country. Everybody thinks, oh, it could be the Kennedys, could be the Bushes, could be the Taffts. No, it's the Harrisons. There was a Harrison out of Wyoming in 1996, and his name was actually William Henry Harrison. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's awesome. So, if you want to go up to Congress Green, we have one more place to show you, if you want to.
I have a question, just a question.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting here thinking, talking to some people. We've been here about 50 years, and I went to school at Taylor, and I said, I remember seeing that old part, the beginning. This was not here always.
That's right.
And my husband was looking up, and a couple of people said, no, I remember this. And I said, he thinks it was 2007 he was looking, but I was young enough that we hung out.
You're too young.
I saw
So
it.
the first,
When was it?
The first tomb that Anna brought him in was actually the first door was on this side, and it was like I always tell people it was like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. They had the cellar doors. Let me in, the cellar doors. But people were taking souvenirs and stuff like that. So about 10 years later, they made the second entrance. They closed that side up. And when you come in here, you'll see Harrison over that, and that's the second door. And then that was taken care of, but the tomb fell in disrepair because the people who took care of the tomb, they moved away, they died, they had to go. So in 1929, some of the Harrisons Harrison and some of the Sims family decided, you know, this isn't right. It's in disrepair. We need to do something. So they got together with a group of people and they built what you see now. They put the obelisk up, they put all of the eagles, all of everything that you're seeing. They built, and it was in 1929, and it's been taken care of. It fell into disrepair though, and in 1994, the Harrison Sims Foundation, led by wonderful Bev Myers, who was on the trolley today, giving a tour, she discovered that there was garbage in the back. People were using it as a garbage dump. And she got people together and they cleaned up the tomb. The state of Ohio owns this property. The Ohio History Connection oversees it. And now the Harrison Sims Foundation, which is just a volunteer organization, we manage the tomb for the Ohio History Connection. And good news is the state has given money, and you will see some scaffolding going up here in the next few months, and we're having a whole redo. They're going to clean up the tomb and do some repairs after 100 years.
Wow.
So, any questions?
Yeah. We used to play up here.
Oh yeah,
We did. We played all around here. We remember the back. I do not remember this.
Yeah. Well,
I do not.
You were
It's
a
weird.
kid.
I was a little kid.
you were a kid.
But we remember it was. It
Yeah.
didn't look anything like this.
Yes.
And it's like I was amazed
Yeah.
to look at it.
Yeah.
It's wild because it was just really run down.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yes.
It was. When I come up
Yeah.
here, I thought this is beautiful.
Yes. Okay, here's another fun fact. Doesn't have anything to do with the Harrisons. First train robbery, right across the street, over in Ohio. They came over from Kentucky, came over, robbed a train, and went back over across the river.
That was here?
That was right here. Yep. So, any questions? Yes.
He says the trolley back, but they're coming right back to get the
Yes.
rest of these fine.
Yes. Yes, the trolley will come back and pick you up when we're finished.
Okay.
So let's go.